The views and opinions expressed on this program are not necessarily those of this station, JVC Broadcasting Management, or its sponsors.
What's going on, everybody? This is Danny Rivera, the Advocate. You already know. Listen to me Friday nights at 10 to 11 and Saturdays 10 to 11. All over, you already know. Definitely download that app. Definitely download that LI News radio app if you guys can't listen to me in the FM. And I am here with my co-host, Althea Dublos.
Hello, everybody.
What's going on? What's going on?
How are you doing today?
I'm doing all right. You know, I'm doing good and stuff like that. Just...
chilling on a beautiful hot day.
Basically, yeah.
Are we ever going to see? Well, I mean, we're already talking. I mean, it's almost the end of June already.
Yeah, we're not seeing no hot days yet.
Well, we do see hot days, but we do also see a lot of rain here and there. But that's good.
A lot of rain?
Yeah, a lot of rain. I want more. I want more like sunny, cool days. You know.
Okay. No, definitely. But listen, let's talk a little bit real quick about everything that we've been doing.
Okay, go ahead.
So I want to give a big shout out to my boy, $1 Million Smiles last night.
Mm-hmm.
You know, played on major radio. I got to give him, you know, a little clap. Everybody, you know, that be listening to me, they tell me they missed the Advocate mix.
Oh,
so I had to bring it back this week.
Oh, okay,
you know?
Cool. Sounds good.
They were like, what's going on? Because, you know, the Advocate always talks about music as well as politics, as well as sports with my co-host, Ryan, as well.
Yes.
Ryan will be here the next segment.
Yes, he will.
We got a very good guest coming up. But, we would basically, you and me were discussing basically like a lot of the stuff that's going on now in the politic areas with Biden's son.
Oh God, you don't even get me started with that. I mean, I think he pleaded guilty to a lesser charge, and you're talking like tax cuts and the gun charge and all that stuff. And
I really wonder what's going to happen with the whole investigation, because everybody's probably going to be pointed into it.
Yeah, true.
I think it's insane how one president right now they're trying to get locked up. The other president now their sons are trying to get locked up.
Yeah, well.
So we have never seen this in the history of America.
It's just I just think at this point we're just one big fat happy circus. At this point, I mean, it's like every day it's something new. So I mean, I try to just go with the flow.
I wonder how the young guys feel. Like me being a young artist, right? I was in the era of, when I came up, I was in the era of Bush.
Oh, okay.
So then, like, the eras of the Twin Towers, the era of basically, like I always tell everybody, like the hardcore era.
Right, true.
I feel like it was like the end of the hardcore era. So like 50 Cent was just basically fading out. Young Money was coming in and stuff like that. But I'm going to always put myself as being in that 12-year-old lane. So I was already like in the 90s already rapping. So like when I was doing all that and I was rapping in the 90s, it was a different feel, you know?
Right, I hear you. But I mean, I just think obviously every generation, everything changes and stuff like that. It's just that the baton was passed, and I'm trying to think who is actually grabbing it and taking it forward.
I don't think anybody is in this day of time.
Well, that's the whole problem.
You don't see nothing anymore. What you see now is just a bunch of people just angry, talking, screaming in the street, not even knowing what they're doing.
You know what? No offense. I think I have to blame it on COVID.
I can't blame it all on COVID, because then, but can I ask you a question then?
Okay, go ahead.
Wouldn't COVID give the people more time to think?
Well, yeah, but
I'm talking about like the leaders and stuff and the people that really are trying to push the agendas and trying to make a change. Wouldn't that give them more time to come up with better laws? I mean, that makes me think they're just oxymorons.
No, but actually I think it gave them time to try to adjust and revamp a plan on their particular agenda for their particular administration, right?
Like,
am I wrong?
Explain to me what do you feel about that? Like, just give them a little bit of like taste, like the listeners' taste, because I'm trying to figure out where you're going with this.
Well, I just don't understand that ever since COVID, I'm not blaming it on COVID. I'm just blaming it on that period of time where everybody was stuck in their house. Nobody was going to work. Only essential services were allowed to be out on the street. Everybody was wearing a mask. Everybody had regulations. So we all had to conform to this different way of life, right? So people were comfortable the way, you know, they were working or whatever industry they're in and stuff like that. And everything kind of like sidewinded everybody and put them into a different ball game. And now people are just like still trying to get back to normalcy. That's what I feel. They're trying to get back to normalcy and they don't know exactly what route to take at this point. That's what I feel. Why are you looking at me like that for?
No, you're 100% right. COVID did one thing positive, though. It brought all the artists that were gone to come back.
Yeah. But, and they were more of a collective, because it was just like when some disaster happens or something tragic or whatever, everybody comes together, right? And that's what everybody was doing. Everybody's coming together. Now they're just going back apart. And I don't understand it. I just don't get it. I just, I sit there and I wonder, where are we going?
What, you're talking about, you're wondering, like, where are we going as a culture, as basically all together, everybody together? You know where we're going?
Do I sound angry or something?
Yes, we're going down the deep end. We already went down the deep end. We already got beat up. We already got shot. We're gone.
No, but because every time you, whether it's the news station or Instagram, Facebook, every social media, right? I don't enjoy it like I used to anymore.
Well, that's because you're sitting here and all you're getting is nonsense. You're not getting something that makes
nonsense. It's negativity. It's like people always like.
I feel like, I don't know. I always say it. I always feel like a civil war is about to bro, or something weird is going to happen.
Yeah.
Because there's something that has to change, and if it doesn't change, it's just something. Something's just never gonna. It's just something. I'm gonna be real with you. Something's got to happen. That's it.
Yeah.
Or it's never gonna change.
It's just like it's just too much craziness going on.
Especially, let's break it down. The music with the kids.
Oh God,
it's terrible.
Don't even try.
I get yelled at all the time. They're like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "It's terrible."
Yeah, but like I said,
I wish they would take more time on their craft and worrying about trying to look a certain way and trying to make themselves the image. They should take time on their craft, their writing, their ability to come out. Some rappers ain't bad. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm gonna take that back what I said, but a lot of these kids are terrible. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Because you don't, and I'm gonna say this again, as an artist, you don't follow the trends.
Right.
You set them.
Yeah, true. Well, I mean, sooner or later they got to get it together, right?
Well, when I hear that same sound, that same delivery, that same punchline, to me, I'm like, it's not going to go nowhere, because at the end of the day, you're just a carbon copy.
Yeah, well, a lot of them, I mean, I do see a lot of breakout artists that are formulating their own style, and I think once they do that, and it's like you want to spark the interest of people, not people looking at you and going, oh, the same thing, oh, yeah, I've seen that before, it's getting played. It's a trend. It's getting played. Now people are starting to get sick of it, and they're kind of, turning their heads a little bit now and starting something new.
Yes and no.
Okay, how are you going to say yes and no?
Because every day when they send me these records, they all sound the same.
I know, but...
Like, you remember that little toy when you were younger that the kids used to use, and then it used to go around?
Are you talking about that top that used to spin around?
Yeah, with the cows and the different noises.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Seriously, dude. Yeah, but that was funny. I got a joke for you. No, I'm kidding. That was last week. I'm keeping my jokes limited.
I feel like I hate to say it though, but I feel like a lot of times, and God, definitely forgive me on this one, but I feel honestly, I feel like a lot of the people nowadays are on too many drugs to realize that they're doing the right thing or the wrong thing.
You know what?
I'm serious. Like, you look at the artists, and the artists look like they need to be in rehab.
Yeah, well, some of them do, not all of them.
Because, like, you can't... Most of them.
Some of them.
Most of them.
Okay, we'll debate on that another time.
We can do it right now.
Okay, we can debate.
So, my thing is, right? Okay, let's break it down. I'm gonna play the devil's advocate. You can say, oh, the 60s, they were all on da-da-da.
Yeah, well, they were back in the days.
I understand, but it was a hippie status. Now
60s, 70s, they had...
Now let's go kill our op.
No, yeah, well, okay, they didn't do that back then.
You know what I mean? Like, it was more peaceful back then. Now it's more kind of like, let's just bring the drama.
Yeah, well...
Let's bring the drama home. And it's just, to me... I don't know. Every time I see somebody going, yo, let's go on here, trying to act all tough, trying to say, let's fight, let's do all this. I'm like, hey, get out of here with that kid stuff, man.
You know what? I think if you...
To me, that don't make money.
Yeah, but if you are who you think you are and who others perceive you, you don't need to prove.
Yeah.
You don't need to brag. You don't need to show off.
But that's where I'm trying to get to. If you are a real artist or even a real leader... You gotta lead by example. You don't lead being a buffoon and following the trends.
Yeah.
I learned that from the OGs. They were like, yo, bro, you can't act that certain way, E.
Yeah.
Yo, E, don't be doing this. Yo, E, chill with that.
Yeah.
Yo, D. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, but maybe they don't have that person.
like, man, shout out to everybody too on the open showcase this week. But
yes, the open mic.
Yeah.
That was pretty
The
cool.
open mic was dope. You know. Shout out to the cast, you know. You got Long Island guys with some talent, you know what I mean? It's all love. You ain't gonna get that mad. You ain't gonna hate on that, man.
There was actually, I'm calling all artists of every genre right here, right now. We're talking pop, rock, country, jazz, R&B. Did I say R&B?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry about that. But calling out everybody, come, please check us out. That's all I got to say. And we're going to go to commercial break or no?
We're gonna go to commercial break real soon. You already know it's Danny Rivera, the Advocate.
The Hamptons Cannabis Expo on August 18th proudly presents to you the Hampton Hotbox Comedy and Music Show on Friday, June 30th at 7 p.m. over at Main Prospect, adjacent to the LIRR train station in Southampton, New York. Come check out some of the greatest comedians in New York City in a 420-friendly atmosphere. After the comedy show, it goes down for a DJ after party with plenty of cocktail specials and bites to eat. Tickets are available now for $45 at canexpo.com/hotbox. That's canexpo.com/hotbox. Order up tickets now for $45 at canexpo.com. That's canexpo.com/hotbox. 420 comedy in the Hamptons? I think so. Don't meet us there. Beat us there.
How's everybody doing out there, man? This is Danny Rivera, the Advocate, and I am here with my lovely co-host, Althea, and my boy, Ryan, from the Ryan Show.
Yes, but you know what? We also, besides Ryan, we have a very special guest. He's the owner and founder of the biggest and most legitimate cannabis business expo in New York State. This gentleman has a strong history in business and major finance prior to his ascent to marijuana industry, correct? And now in the Hamptons, it's the Hamptons Cannabis Expo, which is going to be August 18th in Southampton, New York. And I would like to welcome Gary Beerfriend.
Greetings. Thank you for having me today.
Oh, you're very welcome. Very welcome. And Ryan, you too. Where are you, dude?
I'm here somewhere. Hello, everybody.
But let's just start off because I know this expo is really big and everything, and you've done a lot of good work, Gary. So please introduce yourself just a little bit.
Hi, I'm Gary Beerfriend. I've been producing and organizing the Hampton Cannabis Expo for the past 6 years. It's for serious-minded individuals looking to commercialize in the legal business,
Wow.
Advocacy, investing, financial services, products from seed to sale.
Oh, wow. And how did you actually first get into that?
I started producing investment forums in the Hamptons many years ago. And when I started doing cannabis events, I noticed that we got 10 times more people 6-7 years ago.
Right.
Everyone was very excited about capitalizing on prohibition, especially the cannabis lovers in the Hamptons that were big investors. And when I did an event, I couldn't believe how many people would show up anxious to get into the business and invest into it. And it seems very transformational both in terms of society and the economy. And it made sense for me to organize something legitimate for highbrow people looking to make a living in that industry.
Right. I mean, what makes it so attractive in your outlook?
Well, the prohibition and bringing cannabis to the legal market is something that hasn't been seen in America. And, many people who use it recreationally as an alternative to everything else, which is worse, really are using it medicinally for underlying, issues that are legitimate in lieu of using pills and other medications. So it seemed transformational in how we live in terms of dealing with wellness as well as dealing with recreation, that it seems to be a better alternative on all sides of the world.
Yeah. No, I agree with that because I've seen it help a lot of people that I've known with medical, obviously, serious conditions and stuff. And, I think you're doing really great work. And I mean, I was reading some of your bio and stuff, and you have different foundations as well. I mean, you're just totally out there, and you were a lawyer and a businessman, and then you turned that around and used it for the greater good. My opinion, you know?
Right.
You know what I'm trying to say? I'm like...
my 30 years of legal experience, as well as taking a company public on the New York Stock Exchange 20 years ago.
Right.
Really being a global head at a World Bank, and I wanted to apply it towards something which I thought was worthwhile, not only for business, but in terms of creating a better generation for my grandchildren to follow.
See, you're touching me here, but you know, people will look at you like you are Superman. You can climb over tall buildings, leap, whatever, how that saying goes. I totally forgotten. I feel like an idiot right now. But, you know, you can leap over buildings and everything, and you can do whatever you have in your hands, you flourish, you know, and I see that. And, you know, not many people have the brains to do that, like Steve Jobs. I look at you as a Steve Jobs.
Well,
is that a good comparison?
That's way too generous. I really just thought I was a good spokesperson to normalize, not only normalize, but to elevate the use of cannabis in society,
right.
Given my professional and legal background. And also, I raised my 3 children as a single dad. I was in custody to them when they were all in diapers.
Oh, okay.
Given up challenges. So I figured, you know, who's a better spokesperson in terms of raising children, being successful at business.
How were you able to tackle that back and forth with your, you know, your business perspective and, you know, raising 3 kids on your own?
Well, you know, I'd rather see my children, if they're at a party, you know, indulging, you know, smartly in cannabis as compared to drinking alcohol or anything else, fill in the blank.
I kind of like that outlook. Yeah. I mean, growing up for me, I think that was probably, cannabis was more used than other drugs, I think, back in the day. That just shows my age too, but, you know. Yeah.
And I think, and that's part of the reason why it became legal, is people realized generationally that this had more positive attributes than negative attributes. Of course, if you eat a gallon of ice cream every day, you're going to get fat, right? So it's like anything else. You can't, if you drink a gallon of orange juice every day, that's still too much sugar. So,
I could listen to you all day. Have you written any books? Seriously, Ryan, has he written any books? Do we get a book here or anything like that?
Maybe after the end of this interview, we'll see.
Yeah, you know, because I'm like, another one, not only just Steve Jobs. Now I'm thinking, what's that other motivational, Tim Robbins, I think his name is? Do you guys know who I'm talking about?
Al Sharpton.
No, you know what? Don't even go there. You know, Ryan with the Al Sharpton. Oh my God, seriously, dude? I think his name is Tim Robbins. Very motivational speaker. Really? Dead air?
No, you're actually right.
You know what I'm saying? He has that.
Tim Robbins is an actor. I think you're thinking of Tony Robbins.
Okay, Tony. Hey, listen, I got the T right, correct?
I don't know about you. I was thinking of Treasure of Muppet.
Who?
Yeah, way bigger.
You know what? Just by even talking to this guy right now, and I don't even know him well, right? But he has that. You can tell he's intelligent. And
the thing is, he's very passionate. You could see it about like what he really wanted to do, and he really wanted to make a change, like to be like an advocate, like me.
Right.
The advocacy with the anti-bullying with the kids,
yeah,
and to really push it. So when I'm hearing him talk, I'm hearing just the passion come right out of him. You have a foundation?
Do you have a foundation?
I'm affiliated with foundations that do charitable causes in the industry that I collaborate with. Like, for example, the Justice Foundation, JUSTUS, the Justice Foundation.
Okay.
Started to help those people that are what they call OGs that were originally involved in the industry when it was illegal.
Oh, wow.
And as a result of that, they lived a life of persecution and disadvantage. And now today they're trying to help right a wrong, to give these people that were wrongly incarcerated or held back in society in general, to give them a fighting chance to operate in the legal business as professionals.
Is that such a hard thing for? I mean, I see a lot of people don't get those second chances and don't get, you know, people that come in and can believe in these people and actually trust that they can turn their lives around after being incarcerated.
Yeah, and that's the premise of the Justice Foundation. It's really to help those people and to focus on the minority community in particular, that was deliberately persecuted over years of inappropriate legislation dating back to the 60s and earlier.
Right. Very interesting.
And this is Danny Rivera, and I will be right back with The Advocate.
The Hamptons Cannabis Expo on August 18th proudly presents to you the Hampton Hotbox Comedy and Music Show on Friday, June 30th at 7 p.m. over at Main Prospect, adjacent to the LIRR train station in Southampton, New York. Come check out some of the greatest comedians in New York City in a 420-friendly atmosphere. After the comedy show, it goes down for a DJ after party with plenty of cocktail specials and bites to eat. Tickets are available now for $45 at canexpo.com/hotbox. That's canexpo.com/hotbox. Order up tickets now for $45 at canexpo.com. That's canexpo.com/hotbox. 420 comedy in the Hamptons? I think so. Don't meet us there. Beat us there.
And I'm Danny Rivera, the Advocate, and I am here with my lovely co-host, Althea Dublos.
Yes, you are.
My boy Ryan and
Gary, beer friend. Now, I really like that name. Is that what type of, if you don't mind me like going off course here, what type of nationality is that name?
It's Northeastern European.
Nice. I love the name.
My question, okay, so now I got a good question for you.
Okay, go ahead.
My question for you is, right, when you started to see, because my thing is, right, as being an advocate, I started getting tired of watching people get wrongly convicted as well, because I have a human rights organization as well called Colorblind. So I like when I was listening, when I was hearing in that you basically were like, this is to help the OGs like in like the 60s and the people to really get the, what they deserve back. Like, I know time, but at the end of the day, man, they're the forefathers, the ones that stepped up to really make weed illegal, and they're incarcerated. How did you step into that ball field?
Because it was the right thing to do. You feel if you're going to capitalize and commercialize and profit on the industry, you have to give thanks to the people who brought us to this place today. At the same time, it would be a shame to, profit on this industry and not help those who brought us this far to make it circular and socialize that success and really pay homage to the people that were wronged and targeted by this industry. And when you think about it, they've also had the most experience and the most knowledge as well in terms of the efficacy and the positive virtues of the flower.
No, I definitely understand that. When you basically went in, right? Because this is how I look at it. I look at it as when I first came in, I became a New York State advocate and somebody to really represent my community and the minority community as well as basically every community. I felt like, it was basically time for me to make like a difference in the stance. Did you feel like that? Like when you first came up there too? Like, wait a minute, I got to do this right. I got to come back. I had that voice right now. I have to make sure everybody around me is good. Is that how you felt?
Yeah, I felt that way, and I felt that given the access that I had and the experience, I'd be a good spokesperson to help advocate for the people who were unjustly, hurt in life. And, sometimes it's too little, too late. Many of these people had to deal with this persecution for decades that held them back in life and society. And it's a shame that us as humans, given where we are in history, are still so ignorant about so many important things in terms of the right and wrong way to live life and what makes sense for society.
Did you get a lot of backlash for it? Because when I first started up and I came off of my ideas, I had a lot of backlash. Like a lot of people like, hey, why are you stepping over there and going to that side and doing this and building over there? Or because, being an advocate, you definitely go through a lot of trials, tribulations. So did you ever have any like those people, like people giving you like backlash or mad at you for stepping into that?
Well, there is still a divide in society and around the globe. There are certain countries where it's still not viewed in a positive light, so to speak, as it is here in the United States. So it's, again, the human society is still very backwards in many areas. And there's still, some people out there that are doubters. But I have to tell you, it's been overwhelmingly positive when I explain to people my personal testimony and the science and the facts, and they start to open their eyes. Now, of course, you have that population where you have generational divide and people who have experienced, family members that had addiction issues, and it was difficult for them to distinguish, was it the cannabis or was it something else that put them in that bad state?
The gateway drug, the gateway drug, Nate, right? Yeah. Weed is the gateway drug.
It's not a gateway. In years it was mistakenly perceived as a gateway. It's actually a step-down drug.
Yeah, well, people put a lot of labels on things.
Well, they like to do that because, again, if you never smoked it or if you never tried it, right? Most of the time you're always going to have somebody that's going to be like, yo, that's not good, but they never experience it. Or they blame, they're always looking for something to blame.
Well, that's true, too.
That's how I look at it. They always look for something to blame. They always play the blame game, and they don't really sit back and they really analyze the facts. So I've seen that all my life.
But I have not heard a peep yet from Ryan. Are you still there, Ryan?
I am. I'm just thinking about the gateway drug, how it's just such a negative perception.
Right.
Just the saying itself. I think that marijuana opened the gateways to some really powerful experiences in my life, including other drugs which are becoming legal, like psilocybin.
Right.
So I don't look at it as a bad thing. I think that if you take that gateway to some darker doors, that might be a personality issue, Like if you're trying some of the stuff that a lot of Long Islanders are that are mixed with fentanyl,
Right.
I feel like it goes a little deeper than that. I don't like that whole that negative perception of the gateway, but that's just me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm mixed on it because I'm not a person who really I don't smoke it, put it that way, right? I don't do it, and yet I don't have that perception that if I see somebody or somebody else is using it, whether it's recreational or medicinal, it doesn't bother me. Everybody has an ailment, everybody has a reason for doing it or whatever. I think the more that things were becoming illegal, it made it worse. Right? I mean, you know what I'm trying to say? It's like it made it worse.
Yeah. You know what it is, too? A lot of people, it is medicinal in the sense of it heals glaucoma and there's physical afflictions that it's curing. But people don't talk about the spiritual side of marijuana, like some of the psychedelic experiences that might have made me a better person at the end of the day and took me to other places.
And doesn't Gary have a psychedelic Sunday program? I read about that. He had a program called Psychedelic Sundays, and I think that was introduced, I'm not sure, we'll find out, in the Cannabis Expo that he had.
They did delve into it a bit last year. I'm not sure if I saw them advertising Psychedelic Sundays this year, but yeah, a lot of perception that the gateway drug is bad. I get it, where people would say that, though, just to, come full circle on everything.
Right. No, I hear you.
Yeah, what we did, hi, this is Gary. What we did last year is we combined the two events and we started introducing the concept of psychedelics and mushrooms as the next stepping stone that society is going to explore with science.
Oh, wow. Really?
That's amazing.
That is.
This year, what we did as a booster event for the Cannabis Expos, we introduced the recreational and a more pleasurable event, more pleasure-focused, called the Hampton Hot Box Comedy and Music Show.
Oh, yes, I saw about that. So when is that again?
That is Friday, June 30th at 7 p.m. at Main Prospect Restaurant in Southampton Village, New York.
Oh, okay, cool.
Hot Box Comedy and Music Show. And that's a 420-friendly event that's themed around cannabis, and there will be many of the sponsors and the exhibitors that are involved on the business and the commercial side of the industry that also participate in the traditional expo will be there.
Okay, cool. Well, I got to make sure I get all that info and everything. We'll just keep pushing it out there.
Yeah, we'd love for you guys to come join us.
I want to come. I want to meet. I want to go. I'm excited. I'm excited.
And we moved the venue closer to New York City this year. Previous years, I held it in East Hampton. I'm returning back to Southampton Village, where I started doing these shows 7 years ago.
Oh, okay, cool.
The new venue is also conveniently located adjacent to the Southampton Long Island Railroad train tracks.
Oh, okay,
so people could comfortably, conveniently, and cheaply commute in and commute out. back up island into New York City.
Well, that sounds like a plan. And don't forget, August 18th, right? We got that expo coming.
And Gary, where can they find you?
They can find me info at canexpo.com. There's no E. Info at canxpo. That is also the website, www.canxpo.com.
Listen, it's been a pleasure, and thank you so much for being on The Advocate. And everybody, we will be right back.
The Hamptons Cannabis Expo on August 18th proudly presents to you the Hampton Hotbox Comedy and Music Show on Friday, June 30th at 7 p.m. over at Main Prospect, adjacent to the LIRR train station in Southampton, New York. Come check out some of the greatest comedians in New York City in a 420-friendly atmosphere. After the comedy show, it goes down for a DJ after party with plenty of cocktail specials and bites to eat. Tickets are available now for $45 at canexpo.com/hotbox. That's canexpo.com/hotbox. Order up tickets now for $45 at canexpo.com. That's canexpo.com/hotbox. 420 comedy in the Hamptons? I think so. Don't meet us there. Beat us there.
How's everybody doing, man? This is Danny Rivera, the Advocate, man. And, you know, I haven't done this in a while, man. And people have been bugging me about this, man. So we're going to get into the Advocate Mix. The Advocate Mix is for people that have good music, positive music, and keep it going all out Long Island and just every single genre, man. Definitely. And if you guys want to be in the Advocate Mix, definitely hit me up on
103.9 FM.
DJ?
Oh, I'm sorry. DJ Enjetic Music at gmail.com. And that's Enjetic with ENJETIC.
Let's get it rolling. You already know Long Island. We have to give these people their roses for having positivity music, man. And music all outside the communities and showing all the love. So you already know, man. This is the Advocate Mix. You already know this is breaking the artists already. You already know this is Artist Alert. Artist Alert, we breaking artists. This is the...
Oh yeah. Baby, yeah. Leave a voicemail, I be saving it. Cause when I'm on the road, I be playing it. Goodbye, hello, goodbye, hello, goodbye, hello. Baby, I said, leave a voicemail, I be saving it. Cause when I'm on the road, I be playing it. Goodbye, hello, goodbye, hello, goodbye, hello, baby.
Girl, how do you feel when you don't hear my voice and all you hear is that ring going on? Acting like baby girl every night that you really want me and you want me home. Kinda really get sad every time I'm in talk. Cause all I gotta tell you, girl, how can I be? Never understand about this world that we play the game about. L-O-V-E-C, girl, I know breaking what your heart, that ain't my type. So I tell you, girl, call me, text me, girl, in a late night. When I'm sitting there trying to write my own songs, when I'm even trying to write my own raps. All I gotta tell you, girl, if you don't get me back, you better freaking call me back.
Leave a voicemail, I be saving it. Cause when I'm on the road, I be playing it. Goodbye, hello, goodbye, hello, goodbye, hello. Baby, I said, leave a voicemail, I be saving it. Cause
you already know this is breaking the artists already. You already know this is Artist Alert. Artist Alert, we...
What's up?
I know.
Shake. It's time for punishment.
I know, I was killing the game.
Yo, it's on now. Let's go!
I know, I be killing this game. I know, she wetter than the terrain. I know, I'm a legend in my name. I know, I'm gonna end the game. Guess everybody think a nigga really be eating J, so let go. Gotta regenerate, rehabilitate in my goddamn flow. Now I'm about to really do something you ain't seen inside years. I'm about to take the crown back from my city, yeah, oh yeah. Screaming, I know, he back. Say, I know, it's it's that. Say, I know, he back. I know, it's that. See, I'm in the run with the track in the field, cause you could never really feel that. Get it? Now everybody over here really thinking that we could never build that. Build back for what? Even stacks of chinks. So let me get back in. What you really think? Cause now what? Now what I heard what? You already know this is breaking the artist already. You already know this is artist alert. Artist alert, we breaking the. Still trying to feel like man never loved you, and you never even loved no man. Keep telling you, girl, we love stains. I know you were hurt, girl, all them years. I can still feel them quiet tears. See, girl, I never wanna never try to tell you what to do. All I keep telling you, baby, you gotta find what's good for you. Instead of feeling like nobody loves you, and baby, every day you feel so abused. When yours crying my name, girl, how you feeling so loose? Always just can't love a man, cause you know what love stands. All you ever done is blame yourself on. It's like a man who crying 100 tears, why your heart is broken from miles, yeah. Girl, I'm always trying to tell you, girl, don't ever let no man lie. Hold your heart, baby, to the sky. Let another man try, even when they little. You already know this is breaking the artists already. You already know this is artist alert. Artist alert, we breaking artists. This is the artist alert.
Yeah, I don't kiss and tell. I could see that she wants me. Look into her eyes, I could see that she needs me. And it's no surprise I feel the same. So baby girl, it's time to go. Need you alone, your secret mind, cause I don't kiss and tell. Look into her eyes, I could see that she wants me. Look into her eyes, I could see that she needs me. And it's no surprise I feel the same. So baby girl, it's time to go. Need you alone, your secret mind, cause I don't kiss and tell.
Your heart pumping, the blood the way it's pumping through mine. Telling you, girl, you're always on my mind. Baby, what your body is so divine. Got me losing myself all the time. Life is not something that we need to find. All I gotta tell you, baby, you are mine. Never gonna lose it, girl, I swear to God, I ain't walking. Nobody with no pose can't kill me, can't never stop me.
I can see that she wants me.
You already know this is breaking the artists already. You already know this is artist alert. Artist alert, we breaking artists. This is the artist alert.
Bank, just give me the day. If you broke, I don't know what to say. Did it again. I did it again. Yeah, the back just came in the day. All about ends, I don't need friends. And if you broke, I don't know what to say. Follow my trend, hop in the Benz, or I could switch it to Porsche to red. Did it again. I remember I came from the bottom, but I'm on my way to the top. I remember they told me no, I remember they told me to stop. But you know I had to go get it. All this money out here, I won't miss it. Cause I did it again.
Got them girls, and they all on me. Got that ice, and it's dripping all on me. Got that money, and they all want me. Got them bottles, got them.
Yeah. So, ready the Advocate Mix. Shout out to everybody already that submitted to the Advocate Mix.
And thank you again to our boy Ryan, and thank you to Gary Beerfriend for joining us on the show.
Yeah, you already know the Advocate Mix. Everybody been bothering me because they've been missing that. So I just want to thank everybody and stuff like that.
And again, don't forget the Cannabis Expo, August 18th. If you want to find out more, just hit us up and we'll give you all the information you need.
Can't get her out of my mind.
Last one, hold up. Last one. This is really important, this one. To everybody, this is me.
Let me tell you a story. I met her in Athens when I was sitting inside the water looking at the beach. She looked so beautiful, baby. Swear to God, like a peach. Couldn't get her out of my head that night. Every time I'm seeing her dancing in love, why are we sitting inside that moment?
We can play the full one next time, okay?
Shout out to everybody, man. I just had to give you a little sneak peek.
No, I know, a sneak peek. We can do the full version next week, okay? How about that?
Shout out to everybody. You already know that that's submitted into the Advocate Mix.
And don't forget, you can submit your music to djengeticmusic@gmail.com. That's ENJETIC.
You already know. But, thank you, Ryan.
Oh, of course. Thank you again, Ryan. We love you. And thank you again to Gary Bear Friend. Remember, Cannabis Expo, August 18th in the Southampton. Let's go.
Yeah, man. Everybody definitely come over there. Definitely support. Thank everybody for listening up. I know everybody's going to be happy to finally hear back the Advocate Mix and then come to the Expo. So, shout out to everybody. You already know, man. This is the Advocate, Danny Rivera, and let's roll.
The Hamptons Cannabis Expo on August 18th proudly presents to you the Hampton Hotbox Comedy and Music Show on Friday, June 30th at 7 p.m. over at Main Prospect, adjacent to the LIRR train station in Southampton, New York. Come check out some of the greatest comedians in New York City in a 420-friendly atmosphere. After the comedy show, it goes down for a DJ after party with plenty of cocktail specials and bites to eat. Tickets are available now for $45 at canexpo.com/hotbox. That's canexpo.com/hotbox. Order up tickets now for $45 at canexpo.com. That's canexpo.com/hotbox. 420 comedy in the Hamptons? I think so. Don't meet us there. Beat us there.
The views and opinions expressed on this program are not necessarily those of this station, JVC Broadcasting Management, or its sponsors.